Well, since last September, many homeowners have been dealing with roofers. Some are behind schedule, others are not honoring their contracts.
The recent rains have homeowners fearing the worst, a leaky roof. On your side's Ken Amaro talked to one lady who says she was left with an unfinished roof and she has no idea when it's going to be done.
You know, Jeannie, this week we've had so much rain, it revealed the fears and the concerns of several property owners. One viewer told us last night he was putting blue tarp on his unfinished roof. Another said that her roof was leaking after paying close to $30,000 for a new roof. And then there's Zulma Rivera. She and her family are in tears because it took nearly 3 months for the roofer to begin to work on their home, and tonight it's still unfinished.
There was another lady that they did a roof for.
Many of the homes in this Mandarin neighborhood sustained roof damage during Hurricane Irma.
So here's the garage where you can see the felts coming up.
Correct.
Zulma Rivera's mother's home is one of them with a damaged roof.
I just want this to be overdone.
On February 13th, she signed a contract with VQuest Construction. The company promised to begin work on the roof 14 days later. It did not.
They took from February 27 until last week to start it.
Last week, they removed the old roof and covered the exposed wood with roofing felt. That was the last time she saw them.
It's been day after day, constantly calling.
She says the contractor demanded a deposit up front.
You've given them $2,900?
Correct.
The contract is for $6,200?
Correct.
Who is VQuest Construction? Kevin Clement is the president. His state license is good, but it's in probationary status. The Better Business Bureau doesn't think much of the company. The BBB gave VQuest Construction an F rating. A surprise to Rivera.
Heartbreaking.
I went to Clement's home, no response. Gerald Howard, who signed the contract, told On Your Side by text, "We cannot install roof due to weather. It will cause problems. We plan to install as soon as weather allows us." Ironically, Rivera says because her roof is now unfinished, she fears the worst.
Our fear is that this continued rain is going to make things worse.
Now, the city was scheduled to inspect the roof today, but at the last minute, the contractor canceled the inspection. Howard told me they will try to get the roof completed by next Friday. Now, here are 5 things to do when hiring a roofer. Since we're in that season, you need to check state license. You need to verify license and insurance. Get references. I often suggest at least 5, and confirm building permits with the city. Also, arrange a payment schedule. And you know what? Get it all in writing. Back to you.
Thanks, Ken.